Beauty is subjective. It's a lie that we have been told all our lives growing up. But as we grew up, we learned that beauty is indeed objective because you can see its benefit throughout all other aspects of your life, online and in the real world. And beauty, if it's subjective, it can be mathematically measured through different ratios. Now on my channel, I already discussed many of these ratios, but I have left others I did not cover. In today's video, we will combine the ones I already talked about in the ones I skipped in an easy to understand and compact format. More like a quick guide if that makes any sense. If you want to support the channel and get your face evaluated by me with personalized look max and advice, link will be down in the description. If you want to read more about topics like these, you can check out my blog at nerofacerating.com. Without further ado, let's get this video started. So let's talk first about some ratios we're already familiar with, like the FWHR, or facial width to height ratio. Facial width to height ratio, or short FWHR, is a facial ratio that is derived from measuring the width of the face and dividing this measurement by the length of the midface, which can vary by method of measurement. FWHR was only discovered in the last few years, but in that short amount of time, it has been found in some studies that FWHR is correlated with such things as dominance, aggression, psychopathy, dark triads rates in general, short-term attraction, fighting ability, domestic violence perpetration, physical robustness, financial success, academic success, risk-taking behavior, trustworthiness, sex drive, status, and prenatal testosterone exposure and or adult testosterone levels. For the FWHR or facial width to height ratio, it needs to be around 1.8 or above, within limitations of course. Anything above 2.2 will start looking ridiculous. The next ratio, which I never discussed really on my channel, is the lower to full face ratio, which is basically another measurement of how compact the face is. So how do we measure it? It's measured by dividing the height between the nasion to the bottom of the chin by the face height, distance from the hairline to the bottom of the chin, and it is preferable if it was around 0.62 or above. Here are some examples of different ratios on screen. The next ratio is one we are familiar with, the midface ratio. No need to explain this one if you watch this channel, then you know what it is. It is measured by dividing the interpupillary distance between the centers of the pupils by the height of the nasion to the upper lips. The closer to 1:1 this is, the better. These next two ratios will be grouped together because they are both related to the mouth. First, the mouth to nose ratio, measured by dividing the width of the mouth by the width of the nose, and the ideal ratio falls in between 1.5 to 1.62. And the other ratio is the lower to upper lip ratio, designed to measure the aesthetics of the lips measured, by dividing the height of the lower lip to the upper lip, and the desired ratio is around 1.62. The next ratio we also discussed on the channel before, the chin to philtrum ratio, measured by dividing the height of the middle part of the lips to the bottom of the chin by the height of the bottom of the nose to the middle part of the lips, and the ideal ratio ranges from 2 to 2.5, depending on the facial harmony of the man. This ratio we also discussed on the channel, I think. It's the zygomatic to bigonial width, measured by dividing the bizygomatic width, distance from cheekbone to cheekbone, by the bigonial width, distance from gonian to gonian. The ideal ratio is around 1.35. ESR, eye separation ratio, which also I discussed in detail in my channel, measured by dividing the interpupillary distance between the centers of the pupils, by the bizygomatic width, distance from cheekbone to cheekbone. The ideal ratio ranges from 0.45 to 0.47. This ratio we never discussed on the channel. EME, eye-mouth-eye angle, measured by calculating the angle formed upon setting the vertex at the center of the lips with the arms crossing the eye's pupil. The EME angle is a good indicator of masculinity and symmetry. The ideal ratio ranges from 47 degrees to 50 degrees. This next ratio was also never mentioned in my channel. Cervicomental angle, measured by calculating the angle formed upon setting the vertex at the hyoid with the arm set along the bottom of the chin and the neck. Anything above 120 degrees gives the impression of a double chin. The ideal ratio is in between 105 to 120 degrees. The Gonial angle, which we also discussed in the channel before, measured by calculating the angled form upon setting the vertex at the gonion with the arm set along the mandible and the ramus. The ideal ratio depends on the harmony of the man. It can range between 110 degrees to 125 degrees. Next is the forehead height, measured by clenching your fingers together and seeing how many you can fit on your forehead horizontally before reaching your hairline. The ideal should be around 3 fingers. Facial thirds, the upper third, height between the hairline to the middle part of the eyebrows, Middle third, the height between the middle part of the eyebrows to the bottom of the nose, and the lower third, a height between the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin. Of the face should be approximately third of your entire face length, height between the hairline to the bottom of the chin. These facial thirds should be all approximately equal to each other and dividable smoothly into three parts as you transition down to the face. Facial fifth, the nose width, palpebral fissure length, and the length between the lateral canthus to the ears should be approximately fifth of the width between your ears. These facial fifths should all be approximately equal to each other and dividable smoothly into five parts as you transition from the left to the right of the face. These are the major ratios known to measure the attractiveness of men. Of course, I skipped over the eyebrows and some of the ratios in the eyes, but these are the most well known. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A like and subscribe will be highly appreciated, and like usual, catch you guys in the next one.